of a, okay, it's kind of a get ready with me slash testing out a few new products slash creating this gorgeous green look that I am living for on my eyes right now. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So I play around with Emily Noel's new palette. This is her collaboration with Makeup Revolution. This is called the Emily Edit the Wants palette. Now she also came out with the Needs palette, and I will be creating a look using this palette in the next couple days, so be on the look for that. I really enjoy Makeup Revolution's eyeshadows. They're becoming one of my favorite brands besides BH Cosmetics in the more affordable options. To me, these shadows blend out just like an expensive palette. The shades in here are absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, it's absolutely, there's so many colors in here. And I'm so excited about this. I also play around with this sponge. This is from Stands Out Beauty, and I'm sure you guys seen Tarte use it. There's been a couple of other creators here on YouTube that have been playing around with this, and I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions of this little like memory foam. It feels like I wet down my mattress and like cut a piece off. I'm gonna give you guys my first impressions and my first initial thoughts on this product. So I've been really interested in those smaller brands. I've seen them on Instagram, and I bought a couple of highlighters from 2 different brands. I'm gonna swatch them for you guys and use them. So I have a lot to say about those. So it's not a lot of new products, don't get me wrong, but I'm just kind of testing around. I'm gonna sit in front of the camera, we're gonna chit chat, I'm gonna tell you the horrible weekend that I had. I cry a little bit, but that's okay. Thank you guys so much for all of your guys' support. You guys are amazing, and I just love you guys. I just wanted to tell you that before I go into the video. I love you guys so much, and you guys bring so much joy to me, and I'm just so blessed to have you guys in my life. And if I don't grow any more from where I'm at right now, I'm totally happy and satisfied because I have such a good relationship with you guys, and that relationship means more to me than growing on YouTube and having this big whatever. Like, that's not my focus. My focus is just connecting with you guys and having a relationship, and it really means a lot to me. So if you guys are new to my channel, welcome, and thank you guys for subscribing, and thank you guys for your support. I love all of you guys so much. Let's jump right into me chit-chatting, and you guys can hear about my horrible weekend, how I feel about this palette, this, and the highlighters. I think you know what I'm saying. So let's move straight into it, and yeah, I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, let's jump into just getting ready and chit-chatting. I've had a crazy weekend, you guys, and I'm still trying to recover from it. Okay, I'm not going to get emotional. I can't. Okay, so before I get into why I had a rough weekend, I got this new sponge. This is the Stands Out Beauty Company Makeup Blending Sponge, and it comes like this. And, you know, you get it wet, kind of like a beauty blender. And I've seen Tati use this, and I'm really curious about it because she loved it so much. Now, it does have this little angle right here where it's cut. Can you see that? And then it kind of goes up. I'm going to use my Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Foundation. I guess I'm just going to pick it up and start pressing it. I don't know. This is interesting. Okay. The only thing is, I just wish it wasn't I wish it wasn't white, because I don't really, you know, I don't like when my beauty blenders are white. I don't even like my brushes being white. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't feel like this is doing the job. Like, I kind of feel like it's leaving like these little, and I don't feel like I feel like I'm going to have to use a ton of the product. I'm going to maybe, on the other side, apply it with a brush and then smooth it out with this sponge. But I mean, it's working, don't get me wrong, but I don't know that there's anything special about it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what I'm looking for. So on the other side, I'm going to take my Sigma F80 Kabuki brush, and I'm going to put this on over here. Okay, so to go into my story and why I had such a bad weekend. Okay, so Friday, my son comes home from school. My son is 17. We bought him a Jeep Liberty for high school. And before I continue, I live in a ski resort town, and we have a lot of mountains in our town. And so we have a road that is like straight up and straight down. and it's the mountain to get to the high school. It's very, very dangerous in the winter. That's always been my biggest fear with them going over the divide and something happening, because that's what the mountain's called, is the divide. But that is the quickest way to get to high school. You can go around the mountain, you know, around the other side, but it takes like an hour versus 15 minutes. So all the kids go over the divide, and you know, I go over the divide all the time. It's a steep mountain, and if I can find a picture of it, I will put it right here so you guys can kind of get an image in your mind. Friday, my son comes home from school and he's like, okay, my brakes aren't working very good. You know, he said that he could kind of feel that they were getting a little bit squeaky and a little bit, you know, not working. Made an appointment with a mechanic for Tuesday. My husband's like, you know what? I don't want our son, Canyon, to not have a car all weekend. You guys, first of all, I don't really like this. I don't feel like my foundation looks that good with that sponge. So yeah, I don't think this is worth it. I don't like the way that my skin is looking right now. I just don't like it. It looks really dull. Like, it almost gave my skin a dull finish, and it's really weird. You wouldn't think that it would, but I'm not into it. I don't know if I can go all day with my makeup like this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I went ahead and finished my brows. Now I just need to put on my concealer, and I'm gonna finish chatting with you guys. I live in a mountain town. It's a steep, super, super steep mountain. So my son comes home on Friday and says, hey, my brakes aren't working. I made an appointment to get them in on Tuesday because Monday was Labor Day, but he didn't want my son to go without a car all weekend. He decided to make an appointment and take it to a Midas not in our little town, but in the city next to our town. My husband sits down there for like 6 hours on Saturday and finally gets the brakes fixed, and they just replaced the front brakes, and it was like 450 bucks. So my son on Sunday is out hanging out with his friends, and Sunday night he's on his way home, and he gets to the very, very top of the divide, which is the very top where you gotta come down. And his brakes completely go out. Like, his foot goes straight to the floor. There's no brakes, there's no power, there's nothing. And I still can't talk about it without getting emotional. He's stuck up there, and he's trying to figure out, you know, he's only 17 years old. He's not the most experienced driver, obviously. And so he puts it down into first gear, and he's trying to use his emergency brake to try to help control the vehicle. And as he was going down the mountain, by the time he got to the bottom, you know, he was going like 80 miles an hour, and he had to turn this right at the bottom of the mountain. There's this super sharp turn. I mean, it's like whoosh, really sharp. And he was like, I thought I was going to crash into the mountain, you know, I mean. And I guess when he made the turn, the car was like shaking, and the wheels were shaking, and it just about flipped it. I can't talk about without getting emotional, because, I mean, I could have lost my son that night. Raising kids is tough, and you worry about them all the time, and I've always worried about my kids on that divide. Fortunately, he survived it. He come home, and he was scared to death. So my husband, on Monday, which we thought they'd be closed because it was Labor Day, but they were open, and they were so ignorant and like, we didn't do anything wrong. Now, here's the thing. It was the hose. I'm not mechanically minded, so I don't know mechanic-wise, but there was a hose, and all the brake fluid was completely gone. So whatever that is, you know, it was up there in that front spot where they were up there tinkering. I think my husband and the mechanic that has now fixed the vehicle, they think that they were kind of pulling around, like, you know, like pulling on stuff, and maybe loosened it, and then as my son was driving, it just finally and it happened to be at the top of the mountain. It couldn't have happened on a straight road. It had to happen when he needed to come down a very steep mountain that I come down in like first and second gear and barely tap on my brakes. It's a very steep mountain. When they made excuses, I was just so angry, and I've been upset about it all weekend, and it's been a rough weekend. Let's just put it to you that way. It's been a rough weekend. So now I'm going to take my Morphe E41 brush and I'm going to go into my Ambient Radiant Bronze Light. I went ahead and ordered a big one during the Sephora sale. It's supposed to be coming, I think, today or tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to take my Morphe E4 and I'm going to use this. This is from Jouer. This is the Adore Blush Duo. And I really like these two shades right here. You know, I always like a peachy shade, so I always dip kind of back and forth, but mostly this shade. And I love a nice peach blush, and this one is really nice. As always, I go in a little bit heavy, and then I tone it down with a beauty blender. Now I'm gonna spray my face with this Elcie Hydra Enhancer. And while I'm letting that dry, I'm going to talk to you guys about this. I'm going to continue to use this and see like if this works or, you know, how I feel about this. But as of now, I don't like the way that this applied my foundation. I did not like, it almost made my skin look really dull looking. And when I first used it and I squeezed out the water, there was like a little bit of a foam, a little bit of foamy in the water. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that was kind of, like, I don't know if there's a solution in here or something that caused my foundation to look dull. So I don't know, you guys. I'm going to continue to use it and I will definitely let you know. But now I'm going to take my Luxie 514 brush and I'm going to go into my Ambient, what is this called again? Ambient Lighting Palette. It's like 62 bucks and it's worth every penny. I love, love, love this palette. I got these two palettes. I got this one. This is the Revolution, the Emily Edit the Wants. And then I also got this, the Emily Edit the Needs. So this is the Wants palette and this is the Needs palette. Now, if you guys have not heard of Emily Noel, she's here on YouTube. I love her. These are the type of YouTubers that I love and want to support because they are exceptional people and they have not allowed the fame to change them. They've not allowed their status on YouTube to change who they are. This is a bronzer and a blush and, you know, a highlighter, and this is just for the full face. So I think what I'll do is I'll save this one for another video and I will create like a full face with this and let you guys know if this is like the full, this is all you need type palette. So I will save this one, but I am going to dive in and use the Wants palette. Look at this palette and look at this mirror. The mirror is huge. I love it. It's amazing. This is a pretty cool palette, you guys. I am kind of excited about this. So I'm going to take just a fluffy brush. This is just a clean one. And I'm going to go into the shade Oh Heavens right there. So I'm just kind of placing that all over just to kind of give it that little bit of that shimmery hue. And then we'll go over it with the matte shadows. I've been kind of liking that lately. You know how you go through phases. Okay, now I'm going to take my Morphe E28 brush and I'm going to go into the shade Midwest right there. And I'm just going to start building up this crease right here with that shade. I want to take my smaller brush. This is my M506 and I want to go into the shade Dues Paid right there. So that's an interesting shade name too. I paid my dues. I like that. And I'm just going to kind of concentrate this right here on the crease, just kind of building it up. And as per usual, these shades are very pigmented and building up nicely. And what I've noticed about the Makeup Revolution is that they are powdery in the pan, just kind of like the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. They're powdery in the pan, but when you put them on the eyes, they blend out wonderfully. Those are so pretty. You guys, these shadows are amazing. I'm so glad I picked up this palette. Yes! Come through, Emily and Makeup Revolution. Okay, so I want to show you guys the powdery that I'm talking about. See how Dues Paid has just a little bit of powder right there? But that's no big deal for me because they blend out beautifully and I'm getting really good pigmentation from them. And I'm not mad at it. I think it looks really pretty. I want to go into the shade Laugh Cry, which is this beautiful, like corally peachy shade. It's not super coral, but it's not super peach. And I'm gonna basically pop this right here. Oh, I love that peach shade. Okay, there are some shimmer shades in here. This one called Cupcake is really, really pretty. It's right here on the end. And then you have Oh Heavens, which we already put on. You have Eve Rose, Pizzazz, Grateful. Look at that beautiful green. Oh my gosh. Oh, I might have to put that on. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm putting that on. It's so pretty. So I am going to take my felt tip applicator and I'm going to go into the shade Grateful. This beautiful like seafoam green. I want to put that on my eyes. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, that shade is so pretty. Oh, I love it already. And now I'm just going to kind of use my finger and then kind of, oh, I love it. It's so pretty. Look how beautiful that shade is. Now I'm going to go in with it wet, just so that we can see what it looks like. Can't find my other spray, so I just sprayed it down with some Morphe spray, and then, oh, yes! Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, I love it, I love it, I love it. The undertone kind of has a little bit of a gold to it, where it kind of gives that vibrancy. I didn't bring it all the way to the outer corner just because I kind of want to build that up. Now, as you guys know, Sigma reached out to me and sent me a ton of brushes to test out. And I have actually filmed a video with me testing these brushes out. But you guys, I'm having a hard time editing it. Like, I have it filmed and it's ready to go, but I'm having a hard time editing it because I feel stupid. Like, I didn't start my channel to receive PR, and I didn't start my channel to plug, you know, discount codes or anything like that. And I feel weird, like, uploading a video of brushes that were sent to me from Sigma and plugging that code. Like, it makes me feel weird. I don't know why, you guys. It's not who I am as a person. And so I was like, oh, you know, I didn't really see YouTube as a business. Of course, it'd be great if I, you know, made a little bit of money to support the makeup habit that I'm buying and reviewing. But I don't know, you guys. I just need to edit it and put it up because it is a good video. And there are some really, really good brushes that I have fallen completely in love with. This brush is the E55 shading brush. And I love this brush for packing on the outer corner. I'm gonna first go into the shade Midwest, okay? I'm looking very bronzy in the monitor right now. I don't know what is reflecting, but I'm looking a little bronzy, like way more than I am in real life. So I'm gonna take this shade Midwest, and then I'm gonna go into Dues Paid, and then I'm gonna go into Laugh Cry, and then I think I'm gonna build up with Apartment over here. So just FYI, as we're going through it, you can see the shades, and I will definitely put the shades down at the bottom. So this is Midwest, and I'm basically just going to place this down here on this outer corner. Now I'm going into Dues Paid, doing the same thing, just kind of stippling it with this eye shading brush. Then I'm gonna go into Laugh Cry and bring some of that like peachy corally shade to the party. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Apartment, and it's that dark color, and I'm just gonna kind of stamp this and just do like this patting motion where I'm not blending, I'm just patting it. And that is the perfect color for that. It's not muddy and it's doing the job nicely. Oh, I like it. Okay, but now I gotta grab my M506 and blend these out right here. I want to take my pencil brush from Sigma, which is the E30, and I am going to go into those shades just like I did on top. I'm going to go in with Midwest, then I'm going to go in with Dues Paid. Now, did you guys happen to see the video of her going around Ulta's and finding her palettes? If you haven't, I'll link it in the description box down below, but she was adorable. Like, I just love her. I think she's so real. Now, I'm not gonna go into Laugh Cry, but I'm going into the shade Apartment, that dark brown, and I'm gonna just kind of bring that right close to the lash line. But I think that's what makes us all fall in love with her, is because she's just real. She's not doing closet tours with $1 million worth of purses and $1 million worth of this and $1 million worth of that. She's just being real. she's just a person that I would want to go to lunch with and hang out with. And she's very intelligent and she's amazing. And she's just an everyday girl. I love her. I love Emily Noel. I love her, love her. And you know, there's something to be said about what's happening in the beauty community right now. A lot of those YouTubers, you know, that had those big fancy closets, which, by the way, let me just say, there is one Louis Vuitton purse that I would like to get. This one right here. Yes, I would love that purse. However, if I was making the kind of money that they're making, the last thing I'd be spending it on is Louboutin shoes, or Louboutin, I'm probably saying that wrong, forgive me. And then, you know, like Chanel purses, all that, I would not be spending my money on that. The sad thing is if you have that amount of money, you should be starting a charity, helping girls that have been, you know, self-trafficked and have had such a horrible, horrible thing happen to them, and help them get on their feet. Like, that would be my dream. If I was making that kind of money, that's what I would be doing. That's what I would be creating a massive charity, trying to help girls and women, and, you know, maybe even help, you know, do a charity with women that are getting off of drugs and they, you know, have completely destroyed their face from picking and all that, and help them feel beautiful again and help them get back on their feet and get them a job and get them a life again. I mean, that to me is what being a beautiful person is about. It doesn't matter how good of makeup you can do. It's about how you can change the world and have an impact on people that you meet and come in contact with. And if they're making that kind of money, good for them. But it's sad that they are using that money to fill their closets with a bunch of purses that they don't need and a bunch of like crazy clothes that they don't need, instead of doing charity work and having 5 million subscribers and using that platform to make a difference somewhere. Using that platform to make a difference in somebody's life. That, my friends, is what I think when I think of the beauty community, helping others. It's just my take on it. So I am going to take my, I don't know, this brush doesn't have a number on it. It's what I use every video to do my inner corner highlight. And I'm going to go into the shade Oh Heavens. And I'm going to put that on my inner corner. I'm spraying it down because it is a little powdery. This is not giving me a lot of impact. I'm going to pull out my KKW Beauty highlighter, and I'm going to go into that first shade right here at the top. It's like my favorite shade for an inner corner highlight. And I'm going to put this right here. I just want that pow factor because it's right next to that green, you know? I went ahead and threw on a lippy. Hopefully it's blended. I don't know if it is, but this is the KKW Beauty Nude 2, which is, I mean, you guys probably pretty much knew that before I told you, right? This is from Smashbox. This is the Always On liquid lipstick in the shade In Demand. It kind of goes on real corally. Like, as you can see, it gets really bright, and then as it dries, it gets a little bit deeper. But I really like this shade, and I thought it would be pretty with the eyeshadow look. So the highlighters I have here are kind of homemade. And a subscriber of mine a couple of months ago had told me about these two brands. One is called Vanessa'sVanity.com, and the other one is Touch of Glam Beauty. Now, Touch of Glam Beauty you have to buy through Etsy. So I went ahead and ordered a few from the Touch of Glam. So I have this one that's called Ombre, and it's really, really pretty. It's kind of like a greenish, purplish kind of shade. And then I have what's called Bling Bling Honey. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch these for you so you guys can see what these look like. Oh my gosh. These are beautiful. So this is Ombre, and this is Bling Bling Honey. So pretty. I also got this shade from Vanessa's Vanity. I want to put this on my eye. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so beautiful. This is in the shade Sweet Heat, and I want to put this on my eye sometime. Oh my gosh, do you see how beautiful that shade is? Oh, she is stunning. Oh my gosh, look at that instant pigmentation. Okay, I'm obsessed. I cannot wait to use that shade. From Vanessa's Vanity, I got this one. It's called Vintage Champagne. This would be a little bit too silvery to wear as a highlighter, but look at that pow factor. So that would be a beautiful shade. Look at those two together. Those would be beautiful on the eyes. I mean, that silver is blinding against that light. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, the other shades that I got from Touch of Glam Beauty is called Firecracker. And this is for the actual eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these down here because I'm kind of running out of room. So this one is called Firecracker. Oh, so pretty. So remember, these two are from Vintage Vanity. Those are the only two I have from Vintage Vanity. The rest I bought from Touch of Glam. And then we have this one that's called Reawakened. I cannot wait to use these. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful that purple is. And then I have this one that's called Magic Trick, and it's kind of a beautiful green. Look how beautiful that green is. As far as the highlighter, I mean, look at that beautiful shade. Oh, I'm obsessed. Okay, as far as the highlighter goes, I think I am going to use the one from the Touch of Glam. I think I'm going to use this one, the Bling Bling Honey. It's just a real kind of pretty champagne shade. So I am going to take my, this is my Sigma tapered highlighter brush. This is the F35. Oh, it's a pretty highlighter. Look how pretty that is. Oh, she is pretty. And it's a smooth formula. I mean, I'm very picky with my highlighter. I mean, very picky. And I actually really like these. I'm kind of surprised that I do. It kind of just goes on the skin and kind of looks very smooth and very kind of glistened, I guess is how you would say it. I'm gonna buy more from her store on Etsy. Again, I will put all that information in the description box down below so you guys can find it. So let's go over the products that we used. This is a total winner. I'm obsessed with this palette, and I think the look I created is absolutely amazing. And congratulations, Emily Noel. You killed it with this collaboration with Makeup Revolution. Those two are the perfect match to do a collaboration. So I really think it makes sense that they did this collaboration, and this palette is amazing. Congratulations. You killed it. These shades are absolutely beautiful. Now I will be doing an upcoming video doing just this palette on the face, so be on the look for that. The sponge, I don't think I like it, you guys, but I'm gonna continue to use it and I'll let you guys know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today and just kind of chit-chatting and sharing my life with you and my passion of makeup. I really love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you guys on Friday for my Foundation Friday video. I love you guys so much. Bye!